Did you know that many of the foods lining our supermarket shelves are less about nourishment and more about clever chemistry? What we often think of as food is, in reality, the result of years of scientific engineering, designed to hook our taste buds and keep us coming back for more. Most packaged foods are carefully engineered for maximum flavor, long shelf life, and irresistible texture. But here's the catch. These priorities rarely align with what's best for your health. Instead, they're crafted to maximize profits and convenience, not to nourish your body. The bright, eye-catching packaging is designed to grab your attention, but it often hides a troubling reality. Inside, these products are stripped of natural nutrients and loaded with added sugars, unhealthy fats, artificial flavors, and a cocktail of chemicals you can barely pronounce. Take something as simple as bread. Traditionally, a loaf was made with just flour, water, salt, and yeast. Today, a typical supermarket loaf can contain dozens of ingredients, preservatives, emulsifiers, and additives, many of which are unfamiliar and unnecessary. This dramatic shift from whole, natural foods to highly processed, industrial products is a major factor behind the rise in chronic health problems. Obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and even certain cancers have all been linked to our modern diet. But here's the good news. You have the power to decide what goes into your shopping cart, and ultimately, your body. Every choice you make at the store is a step toward better health or away from it. Start by asking simple questions. Where did this food come from? What's actually in it? If the ingredient list reads like a science experiment, it might be time to put it back on the shelf. Choosing real food, grown on farms, not manufactured in factories, can truly transform your health, your energy, and even your mood. Fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and unprocessed proteins are the foundation of a vibrant life. Remember, it's not about following strict diets or depriving yourself of enjoyment. It's about making small, conscious changes that add up over time and bring joy back to eating. By returning to the basics, choosing foods with simple, recognizable ingredients, you're making a powerful investment in your well-being and your family's future. The journey back to real food is one of the most empowering steps you can take. It's a path that leads to better health, more energy, and a deeper connection to what you eat. So, let's explore how making these choices can change lives, starting with real people, real food, and real results. Meet Sarah, a busy mom juggling the demands of work, family, and her own well-being. Every day she finds herself racing from school drop-offs to client meetings, barely catching her breath in between. As a talented graphic designer, Sarah's creativity shines at her kitchen table, where she balances deadlines with helping her kids with homework. Her life is a constant whirlwind, and she's always on the go. With so much on her plate, her meals became quick fixes, sugary cereals, packaged lunches, and frozen dinners. These choices seemed convenient, but they left her feeling drained, sluggish, and often irritable. Over time, Sarah noticed she was not just tired. She felt disconnected from her family, unable to fully enjoy the moments that mattered most. One afternoon, while scrolling through her phone, an article about the powerful link between food and mood caught her attention. It made her pause and truly rethink her daily choices. She glanced at her pantry and realized it was filled with shortcuts, boxes and bags promising ease, but offering little real nourishment. Instead of feeling guilty, Sarah felt a spark of determination. She knew she wanted something better for herself and her family. Quietly, she made a promise to herself: start small, learn about whole foods, and make better choices, one step at a time. She began journaling her thoughts and researching simple, healthy swaps. There were no dramatic vows or overnight changes, just a gentle decision to swap a frozen meal for a handful of fresh vegetables, to try something new and nourishing. This small act marked the beginning of a transformation. Sarah found joy in preparing colorful, wholesome meals, discovering new flavors, and feeling more energized each day. She wanted to feel vibrant, to laugh and play with her children, and to truly savor family dinners, not just get through the day. Her journey began with a single, simple choice: reaching for an apple instead of a snack bar, or choosing fresh produce at the store. Change doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's about small, consistent steps that add up over time, building confidence and momentum. For Sarah, it all started with one step: a decision to move forward, one healthy choice at a time. So, what are whole foods? You might have heard the term tossed around in conversations about healthy eating, but what does it really mean? Let's break it down. Whole foods are foods in their most natural state, minimally processed and free from artificial additives, preservatives, or extra ingredients you can't pronounce. They're as close as possible to how they exist in nature, without being altered or stripped of their nutrients. If you can picture it growing in the ground, hanging from a tree, or being raised on a farm, it's probably a whole food. Think of the vibrant fields of vegetables, orchards full of fruit, or animals grazing in open pastures. An apple is just an apple. No added sugar, no syrup, no fancy packaging. It's simple, pure, and packed with nutrients. A carrot is just a carrot. Whole foods include all kinds of fruits and vegetables, each offering their own unique vitamins, minerals, and fiber to support your health. Whole grains like brown rice, oats, and quinoa are also whole foods. They're filling, nourishing, and provide long-lasting energy, unlike their heavily processed counterparts. Legumes such as beans and lentils, eggs straight from the carton, fresh fish, and unprocessed meats like chicken breast are all examples of whole foods. These foods are rich in protein and essential nutrients. The key is to choose the least processed version of any food. When you're shopping, look for items that are as close to their original form as possible. For example, a chicken breast is a whole food, just pure chicken. But a chicken nugget, that's been processed, breaded, and filled with additives. Almonds are whole when eaten raw or roasted, but once they're mixed into a candy bar with sugar and oils, they're no longer a whole food. The principle is simple. Eat food as close to its source as possible. Choose whole potatoes over potato chips and fresh oranges over orange-flavored drinks. The closer your food is to its natural form, the better it is for your body. This isn't a new trend or a passing fad. It's actually the way humans have eaten for most of history. Our ancestors relied on whole foods to fuel their bodies and thrive. Whole foods nourish your body the way nature intended. By embracing simplicity and choosing foods in their purest form, you're giving your body the powerful nutrition it needs to feel its best every day. Sarah's change began with a single shopping trip. She filled her cart with colorful produce, whole grains, and simple proteins. Breakfast changed from sugary cereal to oatmeal with berries. Lunch became a hearty salad with quinoa, veggies, and chickpeas. Dinner was homemade pizza with whole wheat bases and fresh toppings. The process took more time, but it felt rewarding. Preparing meals became a creative ritual, not a chore. Her kids joined in, making healthy eating a family activity. Some nights were still busy, but most meals were now cooked from scratch. The kitchen transformed from a place of reheating to a place of creating. Gradual changes made a big difference. Real food became the new normal. Sarah's journey was underway. Within weeks, Sarah noticed real changes. Her fatigue lifted, she woke up refreshed. The afternoon slump vanished, no more sugar crashes. She had steady energy and sharper focus. Her mood improved, she felt calmer and more patient. Food became a source of joy, not just fuel. She lost a few pounds without dieting, and her skin glowed. Friends noticed her transformation. Most importantly, Sarah felt empowered. She was in control of her health. Cooking became a source of pride, not a burden. The foundation for a better life was set. Let's compare sugary cereal versus oatmeal with fruit. Cereal is full of sugar, refined flour, and chemicals. Quick energy, then a crash. Oatmeal is whole grain, with fiber and nutrients. Steady energy, lasting fullness. Now, chicken nugget versus chicken breast. Nuggets are processed, fried, and packed with additives. A simple chicken breast is lean protein with nothing hidden. One is a product of industry, the other a product of nature. The difference is clear. Real food sustains you, processed food drains you. Every meal is a choice between convenience and nourishment. Choose simple biology over industrial chemistry. Your body will thank you. Eating whole foods doesn't have to be hard or expensive. Start with small, sustainable swaps. Add a fruit or vegetable to every meal. Switch white rice for brown. White bread for whole grain. Snack on nuts, fruit, or veggies instead of chips or candy. Make water your main drink. Skip sugary sodas and juices. Infuse water with lemon or mint for flavor. Try cooking one more meal at home each week. Home cooking gives you control over ingredients. Start simple. Roast veggies with chicken or fish. Each small step builds momentum. Focus on what you can add, not what you have to give up. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. Adopting whole foods is a lifelong journey, not a finish line. Some days will be busy. Perfection isn't the goal. Progress matters more than rigid rules. Explore farmers markets, try new seasonal foods, or grow herbs at home. Cooking is a creative, empowering skill. Learn a few simple techniques. Free resources online can help you expand your skills. Most importantly, listen to your body. Notice how different foods make you feel, energized or sluggish. Be your own health detective. Experiment and adjust. What works for others may not work for you. Stay curious and open to learning. This journey is personal. Find what makes you feel your best. Nourish yourself with respect and intention. The adventure continues every day. Food shapes our health, culture, and connection to nature. Choosing whole foods is a vote for your well-being and a better food system. Every fresh choice sends a powerful message. This isn't about deprivation, it's about discovering real flavor and joy. Sarah's story shows anyone can change, starting with one small step. The power to transform your health is at the end of your fork. Stay curious, keep learning, and invest in your health. Eating well is a lifelong practice with lasting rewards. You deserve to feel vibrant and healthy. Make each meal a celebration of real food. Subscribe for more inspiration on your journey.